The narrative you tell yourself feels safe. I know AI is coming, but I'm smart enough to wait and see how it all plays out. Here's the reality. In the last 90 days, AI shipped more capability than your industry did in the last 10 years. And while you were being prudent, your replacement got trained for free. This isn't wisdom anymore. It's negligence.
Say something, Russ, so we can, before I get started. Anything.
1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2,
I
1,
am
2.
better looking than you.
We're back with the Second Half Man Show. So, Russ, we had some holiday season. It's been a little bit since you and I really have talked about too much. I know you went on, you took some immediate vacation right after the holiday. How'd that go? How does the Second Half Man vacation, man?
Oh, it was great. I got a little cold weather, got in the snow, got to ski a little bit. It was a great time. We had a really good time out west, and big difference from here in the hot, humid weather. But that's what I like about being able to vacation winter when I want to, and then be back where I'm supposed to be. So,
who are the guys you went out there with?
Yeah, I had you know what? I got to tell you this. We were out there having a really good time, and this weekend I talked to three business owners. They're all really smart guys, successful. We started talking about what we talk about here on the show. We started talking about AI and everything, that is about the AI disruption and what's coming. And every single one of them agreed that they knew exactly what was going on, understood what I was saying. So I thought that was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. All the way up until to the man. Every single one of them said, yeah, we see all this stuff going on. We hear what you're saying. We believe what you're saying. But not one of them had any intention of changing the way they do work and putting AI in their businesses, helping their employees do anything with it. It was the craziest thing ever, man. I couldn't believe it. I mean, how do really smart guys say, yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah, I believe all of it. I heard what you were saying on your show. Yeah, we believe it all, but we're not doing a damn thing.
In spite of it. In spite of it. They see the proof. You give them the information and still no. So that's either they think their timeline's too short for them to make these big changes, or they're just too reluctant because they're scared of change, or what? I don't. But they're not alone. I mean, I've had some conversations. I get the same response. I can't understand it.
Yeah, I can't either. Look, it's not ignorance. I think it's something worse. I mean, they know. It's like, you have to do something, but you're refusing to do it just because you've never done it that way before. I think what they don't get is the speed. I don't think they understand exactly what is really going on in the timing of all of this.
All right. So if you're looking at this and you don't know, I'm 601. I'm talking to Russ Borden, the founder of Second Half Man.
Yep.
And at this point, Russ usually gives me the receipts. And I guess in this case is why should these guys be listening, right? Why should they?
We just talked about speed, but we didn't really talk about so that you really understand it. I think that might be the biggest issue. They understand the what, they understand what's going on, but they don't understand how fast this is all happening. And I think they're just taking let's see what happens kind of look at it. But so here's some receipts for you. So the AI capability up until now, the doubling of it, their capability has been improving. Last year, the capability of the AI models was doubling every 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
That's fast as hell, man. Every 7 months. This year, 2025, it doubled every 4 months. Think about that. Think about how fast that we're talking about it. The capabilities, the vast capabilities of it, and it's doubling every 4 months. I mean, you barely understand how fast things are happening and how that's going on. So in 2023, McKinsey, the big consulting group, said that by the year 2030, that 30% of all work, of all hours worked, would be able to be automated by the year 2030. They said that in 2023. This last year,
4 years
2025,
from now.
after
4
all
years.
this is going on, is that 57% of all work would be automatable, but not by 2030, right now. Think about that.
2026.
2020
2026.
2020, at the end of 2025, 30%, they're saying that 57% of all work, almost 60% of all work is automatable today.
Like white collar work. White collar, you push keypads and you work with a mouse.
Yeah, all those things. We'll get into that in a little while, but yes, so that's how fast it's going. Just 2 years ago, well, 3 years ago, depending on when in 2023 they came out with that report, it doubled, but the timeline shrunk to
Yeah,
next to
yeah,
nothing, and what
yeah.
we're talking about right now is just crazy. So another thing that has changed is when we're talking about capability of what the AIs and the machines are doing, and you and I had this discussion when you were trying to tell me, "Oh, I tried ChatGPT, and ain't nothing but Google on, it's a little better," but
Steroids. On
you know,
steroids.
a little Google on steroids. But
Yeah.
so in 2019, when back when none of us were really even looking
Paying
at it,
paying
uh, A-
attention.
AI could handle tasks, very short periods of task work, maybe like seconds. Like that was able to handle seconds long tasks. So something
Mhm.
very quick, yes, no answers, those kinds of things. By 2025, the AI could handle tasks that were an hour long. You give it a task and it could work on its own without having to have somebody report or talk to it or do whatever for over an hour long. And the reporting now saying that by 2027, another year or two, the AI will be able to handle months long projects, meaning they could take something that you would normally hand off to an associate and say, come back at the end of next quarter and give me a report, and it could work on its own the entire time. So I think that what these guys are not looking at is just how much they can do right now and how fast things are really changing.
So timelines, they're not shrinking, they're collapsing, they're caving in on themselves.
Yeah,
We're at point A to point B, ship, fap, just
ex
right there, buddy, right there.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
I got another
So
receipt for you. What I think they also were missing was not just that either they're doing something or not. It's that the people that are out there actually using it, the adapters, their growth is compounding. It's not a linear growth. So the top adopters right now today expect a 60% higher revenue growth by next year, by 2027. They're expecting that the way they're using AI and the things that they're doing, that their growth without doing anything else, except employing the capabilities that are already ready,
Mhm.
are going to be 60% higher than they want to. And those same high performers are also expecting 2 to 3x productivity gains this year. So we're talking about not just how fast it's going, but about how fast those that are using it and are adopting are growing beyond those that aren't adopted, or who aren't adopting AI and all the capabilities and things they do. So, um, I got a little bit more
Okay,
for you
okay,
if
wait, no,
that's
yeah,
not enough
yeah,
for you.
yeah, don't choke me, because I'm starting to get panicky again.
Let's talk about what's actually happening today with guys like I was talking like that I were talking to and
Yep.
and our cohort as to what's out there. So if you haven't noticed, there are an awful lot of jobs being lost. Last year, 2025, there were 1 million job cuts. It's been the highest since 2020 when we were in
Mhm.
in the pandemic age. 55,000 of those were explicitly AI attributed, saying, we got rid of these jobs because it was AI. And we've already talked about how that in itself is a lie, but we'll just stick with the 55,000. Amazon cut 14,000 jobs. Microsoft cut 15,000 jobs. Intel's removing multiple layer of team leadership under reorganization, and all due to AI and what it's able to do in their organization. So
And that stuff that's already happening today, right?
yeah,
Happening
this
today.
isn't projections.
Yeah.
This has already happened. This is underway, and it just keeps picking up steam as we go forward.
So if this thing continues to speed up on us, right? We have to be able to help out these second half men, right? That are part of our brotherhood here. So what's the sovereign play here?
Yeah, what's the sovereign play? So in my book, The Second Half Manifesto, coming up this quarter, by the end of this quarter for release, we talk about the 22 elements of the Sovereign's Code, how to stay dangerous when AI and society want you obsolete. I think we really got to talk about, especially when we're talking about the guys that aren't moving forward, is E6, element number 6, which is comfort's last stand. Look, there's no growth. There's no moving forward. There's no doing anything unless you get beyond the threshold of your comfort zone. Your comfort zone stuff you already know, stuff you're already doing. You look outside the door and there's a whole big bad world out there, things that you would look at. But unless you're out there really working, unless you leave and cross that threshold and get past comfort's last stand, you're never going to be able to grow and see what's going on. So in our work, crossing that threshold is bare minimum. You got to get done. So you got to get past your comfort zone.
Bare minimum, but sounds painful.
Yeah, bare minimum sounds painful.
What else, man? What else? What else?
Element number 10. So number 10 in the book is entitled pull. And basically what that is another word for your intuition, which is really just really fast understanding of what the heck's going on before the person actually knows. Speed in your brain takes a look at it, but we often ignore that, right? So decision velocity, understanding what is going on and making a decision to do something about it, even though you know somewhere in you that has to be done. If you don't pull that trigger, if you don't make those decisions, if you don't get to that point of clarity once you make those decisions, then you're lost. So these guys that are saying they're not taking advantage of what's going on, they're probably just stuck in slow motion decision velocity.
I'd agree.
Yep.
So last thoughts.
All right, listen, this isn't about whether or not AI is coming. You already know that. This is about whether you understand the speed. Because while you're being prudent, the escalator is moving forward at a faster rate. And the men who moved 6 months ago, they're already in a world that you are struggling to see. Question isn't whether to act, it's whether you'll act before the math makes catching up impossible.
All right. So, Second Half Man Show. If you stayed with us this long, hit that like button, consider subscribing, leave us some comments. Put some questions in the comments. We'd be happy to get back to you as quickly as possible. This is 601.
I'm Russ Borden.
Second Half Man Show. Stay dangerous.
Stay dangerous.